Hey y'all! And welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all!
Hey y'all.
It's Misty.
It's Ani.
And today
we are doing something I've wanted Misty to watch for a long time. We are bringing the Trekkie to the world of Star Wars.
Oh, no, I don't want to be here.
Tough Gazungas.
This movie came out the year my mom graduated high school.
Huh?
Like, I don't...
1977.
I don't want to watch it. I'm a Trekkie. Where's my loyalty?
Hey, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm also a Trekkie.
I don't want to be both.
Well,
I don't want to be both. Like, why didn't they build this?
Both? Because that's like one of Aaron's biggest things as well. You will become a Star Wars.
Why didn't they build a Star Trek world at fucking Disney instead?
Because Disney doesn't own Star Trek.
So that doesn't mean shit. Where's
Universal?
Okay, I will. In fact, there's a whole bunch of rides they can get rid of and make room for a Star Trek world. Where's my giant Enterprise? I've had to look at this giant stupid Millennial Falcon they've got in the park. Why can't I look at a giant Enterprise?
Oh, that's what we need to do the next time we come here. I gotta take you to Starfleet Academy. I didn't do that last time.
Oh, your school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to go, but dressed in Star Trek uniforms.
That's fine. No one will question it. They'll just be like, "Is there something happening?"
We'll make something happen. We'll have a meetup or something. I don't know if you could do that if you don't go to the campus, but like I've never tried to go to a campus that I don't go to school for, so I don't know how that works. But yes, okay, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna hold on to that mental image. As I don't. Oh my god. Okay, so to preface this, for anybody who might not know, I have seen exactly 2.5 Star Wars movies. None of them are the one you have wanted me to see. My very first Star Wars movie I saw with Ani and a midnight showing of the release of I don't remember.
Episode 7.
The first one with Rey in it. That's all I remember it as. That was the very first Star Wars movie I ever saw.
The Force Awakens.
I was aware of the pop culture ness enough of it to understand some of the references, but more to understand when a reference was happening and it was going over my head. So I do remember that. It was a good movie, I assume. Don't know, because the other Star Wars movies I've seen was Episode 1, Space NASCAR, and half of Episode 2, Space Romeo and Juliet. And I didn't like Episode 2 enough that I did not finish it. So,
Episodes 1, 2, and 3 are not the best.
The funny thing is out of all the Star Wars universe, I have seen quite a few episodes, I think maybe the whole first and second seasons of the animated Clone Wars TV show.
I've seen Clone Wars, okay.
I've seen quite a few episodes of season 1, and I believe some episodes of season 2. It's been like when they first were airing, like when the show first came out. So it's been quite a while.
Okay.
And I don't remember like a whole lot about it. But I do know I watched quite a few of those because I thought the animation was cool. I understood the context of like who the people were vaguely. The woman with the hair thingy.
Princess Leia?
No. She was Skywalker's Padawan, the daddy Skywalker. What the fuck was her name? Ahsoka?
Oh, Ahsoka, yeah.
Yes, I think that's who's in that.
Sorry, I have not seen Clone Wars.
Yes, I think that's who's in the TV show with him, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm just pretty sure that's who that is. And like, I was aware enough of her to recognize her name, not enough to know her significance. So, and I know who both Dad Skywalker and Son Skywalker are, and
Okay.
Yoda. And I know who Obi-Wan is, and there you go. And I don't think I need to know anything else. And there you go. So, at the moment, we're our screen and we're looking at Disney Plus and like Star Wars: A New Hope, Episode 4. There's 4 characters on the screen, and I actually know who all 4 of them are, from Luke, Leia, and Chewie, and Han Solo. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be real bad if I forget what his name is.
I saw it almost happen. I'm like, you got this. You got
this. That's why I've literally been trying to remember his name for like 5 minutes. And I'm just like, what is his name? And I'm just like, because my head kept going to Obi-Wan, and I'm like, that's not Obi-Wan.
Nope.
And I'm like, even I know that's not Obi-Wan, and I'm like, So, you guys are going to really just hear me react to a Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, for the very first time. The only things I'm aware of going in is obviously the universally known spoiler that Darth Vader is Daddy Skywalker, and I'm going to keep saying it that way because half the time I don't remember their first names.
So I mean, he is referred to as Daddy Skywalker.
So. Yeah, so there you go. And that Luke and Leia are related, but there was, like, I feel like that was a later decision because there's incest first. So.
They didn't know. All right? I feel like every time you bring this up, I feel like Ross just constantly yelling, we were on a break.
But that, like, they didn't know is the same reason I didn't finish those Cassandra Clare books either. So, and just like, no, because I do draw the line at incest, even if it's fake incest. So,
that's fair. All right. Well, in honor of May
the 4th be with me, because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna boldly go where no Trekkie wants to go.
To Star Wars we go.
Just gonna hold my hand up in the live long and prosper sign the whole time. give myself support.
Wait. Does that count?
No. That's live long and crooked instead. That's what Spock does when he tells you he lives long and prosper and he's lying. He wants you to have a bad future.
Good to know.
Yeah, just like, Oh God, I will never understand the stupid slanted screen with the writing that takes you 10,000 years to get through. But if you skip a line, you'll never catch up. There's a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil galactic empire. Yay, we're fighting capitalism. During the battle, rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star, so creatively named, an armored space station with enough power to destroy an entire planet. Look, I'm sorry, but if you have enough capabilities of building a Death Star, you already have the ability to destroy a planet. We have the ability to destroy a planet. Like, it didn't take building a Death Star to figure that one out.
No.
See, and I skipped a couple of lines and I couldn't catch up, so I just let the rest of it go.
It's okay, you'll find out the rest.
I mean, do I need to? Space. Yes. The final frontier. No, we're staring at Earth again. Staring at a couple of Earths, actually.
A couple, and their pew-pew lasers.
Animation. The pew-pew lasers don't bother me, because that is OG Star Trek, too, is the little pew-pew lasers. It does look like a Lego set, just flying through the air, though.
Ooh. Watch, it probably is a Lego set, and they're using it as, like, the prop. Do you know these guys? You should know these guys.
R2-D2 and CP3O. CP3O.
No, C3PO.
C3PO and backup C3PO.
Do you know, you probably wouldn't know, but do you know the story behind C3PO?
I kind of. It was a wedding gift. Yes, from one of the parent Skywalkers to the other one. No, that's what they both are, isn't it? Like they were gifts to each other.
Anakin built
Yes.
C-3PO
for his mom. For his mom. Okay, the lore on Instagram has lied to me because somebody on there said that C-3PO and R2-D2 were wedding gifts for the other one. Where they switched parents. Like Anakin gave it to
Padme.
Whatever his and then Padme gave
I haven't heard that one.
That is insane. Instagram and social media and just pop culture knowledge in general. I will be encountering many incorrect things as we do this. Also, why are they wearing cockroach helmets?
I was waiting for you to say something about those helmets.
They're wearing cockroach helmets, and I don't like it.
Every time I start this and I see those helmets, my first question is, did I put on Spaceballs or Star Wars?
No, you put on space cockroaches. How are they not hitting anything?
I mean, that's what stormtroopers are known for. Always missing.
But nobody's hitting a damn thing. Like C-3PO and R2-D2 just walked right in the middle of Crossfire and just not a scratch.
Because stormtroopers can't aim.
Apparently.
You must know the voice of Darth Vader.
Daddy Skywalker.
I wish there was subtitles for R2's beeping because it's an actual language apparently, and the only person that knows how to speak it is.
And there's more of the.
And R2 is a sassy little bitch who cusses a lot.
Yeah, so why aren't there subtitles?
I wish I knew. Obviously C-3PO can understand him. He's also a robot.
Yeah.
Daddy Skywalker voice. You know that voice.
You ask him a question and then immediately break his neck and don't give him the opportunity to talk.
Because he'll find someone else to give him the answer he wants.
Yeah, except everybody else is dead on the floor. She just lets them see her. Then shoots. Why didn't you shoot them when you got, the element of surprise? And then you tried to run down an open corridor and seem shocked that they hit you. Dear Lord, woman. You're not getting in there, C-3PO? Really? I think I'd fucking get in there. I wouldn't be arguing with him. Not when there's a bunch of fucking laser fire.
C-3PO always argues with R2. R2
Why were the stars wiggling?
The stars were wiggling?
Oh, when they first shot out, you saw the stars go... That's a scientific term, by the way. Yes, when the very scientific term of the stars, when they go...
They go wibbly wobbly.
Mm-hmm. But when not
timey-wimey stuff.
I love that we both just went to timey-wimey. It's a family reunion.
It's Space Mom.
Does he know they're related?
Not yet.
Okay.
The Rebel Alliance.
I feel like I'd have to join the dark side just because the outfits are better. And I'd have to make sure I went up the ranks far enough that I wouldn't have to wear all the white and I could wear the black uniform. You're telling me they could do all the space effects, but his helmet still looks like that? I've seen kids' Halloween helmets that look better than Darth Vader's helmet right now. It absolutely looks like cheap, Halloween bucket plastic.
It's the 70s.
I'm going to judge them for this. They made space laser pew-pew effects. They can make something better than a Halloween bucket.
That's fair.
They made all of R2-D2 and they made a fucking plastic helmet.
There's a person in R2-D2. I hope you know that.
Yes, I did.
There's also a person in C-3PO.
That's not a full robot? That's disappointing.
Yeah, that's a person.
That's rude. I really hope in R2-D2 there's a guy just go boot-doo-doo, boot-doo-doo-doo.
I don't know, but when R2 falls, that's basically the person inside screaming.
It would, look, they're filming in the desert in this scene. Imagine being in all of that and filming in the fucking desert. Absolutely not.
Scrap pile.
It must be, so hard to either write it or maybe, act it as being so... and creating a really sassy, dynamic between two characters when only one of them is actually saying anything. C-3PO, why do you care? You're just looking at sand in every direction. In fact, his R2-D2's direction has mountains. That's probably a better direction to go in. You will fill with sand, C-3PO. You are sand-colored and no one will find you.
You are sand-colored. I know, he's just off on his own.
How often they had to get sand out of this actor's costume. I just feel like he would so quickly sink.
Oh, look at that giant skeleton behind him.
That's a giant dead lizard.
Transport. Are you sure it's transport? Are you sure?
In the words of Jurassic Park, screaming like that is not a good idea. See, look, R2-D2 already found, shelter.
Yeah, he's got caves.
Yeah, would have been a smarter thing to do anyway, and being hunted by shadow hobbits.
Shadow hobbits.
I don't know what they're called. I've seen them when I went to Hollywood Studios. I saw them.
They are Jawas.
The Jawa shadow hobbits. Because I'm not going to remember that word at all in 30 seconds. Oh, I love that the subtitles are just speaking alien
language.
Yeah. Thanks. Somebody really dropped the closed captioning ball on this one. Oh, and they shot him.
They paralyzed him.
Oh. The shadow hobbits have guns. That's a sentence. Shadow hobbits have guns, and they shot the robot.
And there goes R2.
What are these kids as these actors?
I don't feel remember.
Like they would be kids. They kind of move in a way.
You don't think it's the same cast of Oompa Loompas?
You know, but from that London show, the live experience. Ooh. So the Shadow Hobbits have a giant space tank, and they've stolen R2-D2 to bring to the space tank and be crushed. I hope not. I know.
No, it's a magnet.
Oh, that might be worse. Oh, so a junkyard. They're
scrappers.
Shadow Hobbit junkyarders. Great. Okay. Slurped him up.
It's a funnel. Never mind.
Slurped him up like we're in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory of Doom. Oh, look, it's 1977's version of Ant-Man.
There's more.
There's dead R2-D2s.
I always forget the different, what do you call it?
Robot species? Oh, Wall-E!
Not the Wall-E! Species. They're
in a trash can. Okay. So far in this movie, in this last scene, I've had Space Hobbits, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory of Garbage, Wall-E, 1977 version of Ant-Man, and the clown from It.
Where did you see Pennywise?
That weird thing that was swaying back at that.
Oh.
That. Looks like a bug version of Pennywise, and I don't care for it. So they're space trashmen, basically. This is a space tank, trash can, and dinosaurs. Okay.
I'm saying mostly quiet, y'all, just because this is Misty's time to shine.
You understand how weird this movie seems, really? You've got Wall-E, Ant-Man, space dinosaurs, space trashmen, shadow hobbits, and the world's worst shots ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do the robots sleep? How do the robots sleep? And that's a walking trash can.
Yes.
It's I was in the Star Wars movie. Oh, really? What character did you play? The walking trash can? Was it a fancy space trash can? No. It was just a trash can with legs.
I wonder if this is where Disney's trying to get their inspiration for their automated trash cans.
Maybe. It would be interesting. Did you ever see that group of women that went to the parks dressed for Halloween as the different famous Disney trash cans?
I think so.
Yeah. Now that's funny.
That was awesome.
And those were all, I think, better looking trash cans than this 1977 space trash can. Oh, look, they've got a bite. It's a space
trilobite. Oh.
And desert igloos. Cool.
Oh, look, it's Luke.
Luke and some guy who I think is probably in about 30 seconds of this movie.
That's his aunt. That's their house.
I mean, I do like the underground house thing. It's very Australian. There's an Australian community that has houses like that.
Can you speak this other droid language? Yes. Look at that whiny face.
He's so whiny. Well, don't leave.
I love how he chooses the red one. He chooses the red one over the blue one. Look at him, little like.
Aww. And C-3PO just walks off. Like, come on.
Oh, just so happens the red one died. R2 going, come on, me, pick me. Yeah. It's so easy to bargain with them, though. It's just like, I want that one. Okay.
And they're just like, okay. And like, they're arguing back and forth. It's just making noises. Like, yeah, no. Give me that. Yeah. Be easy to bargain with them. You just make a lot of angry noises back and forth. And like, I like how C-3PO is just fully now ready to, this is his existence now. This is what he's doing. Like, they were on like a diplomatic mission with a princess or whatever, and like, no, he's like, no, we live here now in the desert fixing evaporators.
Yeah, can you speed up the harvester?
It looks like C-3PO is in the bath. Like, I don't know what he's actually doing, but he looks like he's naked in a bath. And like, at no point do I look at C-3PO and think that he's naked, except for this moment where they very specifically have the edge of that tub thingy coming up over where his boobs would be.
I mean, he's in liquid.
He is in the bath. Okay. Isn't that kind of wasting like a lot of water on a desert planet to submerge an entire droid when you could just wipe it off?
Well, it said shit. Well, his uncle got him for the vaporizers or whatever, so it makes sense there'd be water involved.
Does that mean that Luke's family controls the water source for this part of the planet? Oh no, it's a really shitty hologram. Yeah. I can see the pixels.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
That was literally all her message had. It's just help me.
Yes, I think it was that, and because she put the codes in there too, or like the coordinates.
Yeah. C-3PO is saying that he doesn't know who Leia is. Is that true? At this point, does he not know who she is?
What happened?
I feel like that's a lie, but so. Oh no, he says that they were owned by Captain Antilles. So they get taken off of a ship, kidnapped by space trash dudes, and just so happen to land on the correct planet of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Just so happens. I think that's probably why R2 was telling him, like, get in the fucking transport pod. Yeah. We need to go. Oh, there's more to the recording. The one you're carrying inside your rusty innards.
I think R2-D2 maybe he was just tired of watching Luke fawn over his sister. Bleepy bleep bleep. It makes me wonder if R2-D2 knows who Luke is.
R2 probably does. He's like the smartest thing. He's the smartest thing in the Star Wars universe.
That's his aunt, right? That's Luke's aunt that's sitting there. Why is she dressed like she just walked out of the 1990s Levi catalog? Wizard? They live in an age of space exploration and they're calling the neighbor dude a wizard? Alright, look. There's a little too much Lord of the Rings crossover at this point. I'm starting to get very sus.
He's drinking the blue milk.
Why are they eating entirely out of plastic?
Because it won't degrade? I don't know.
I mean, it just looks like they raided a toddler's pantry for dishes.
I mean, look at where they live. Very minimalist. Also, the future is always depicted as weird.
That's true. So, Luke wants to go to an academy?
Yeah. and his uncle will let him because uncle's like, I promise to keep him safe. It's like, Tamlin, meet Feyre.
But, like, if he doesn't go at some point, he's going to age out of the ability to go to the academy, I imagine, unless it's like a university.
No, there's like an age out thing, I believe.
Then, yeah, you kind of have to fucking get going. In 1977, was this supposed to be a good-looking man?
Yes.
Suspicious.
I thought he was cute. But then I saw Han Solo and I went,
I gotta be honest with you, I don't think either of them are good-looking. Yeah, I do not think so.
Man, Harrison Ford is a prime specimen.
I really like Harrison Ford. I do not think he's attractive. In any movie I've ever seen him in, I've never thought, you know what, that's a good-looking man. I'm like, no, that is a man far too old for me.
Well, I'm not saying Harrison now, Mr. 81 years old. I'm talking about...
like, even in this movie, he looks like he's like 20 plus years older than I am.
But he's not.
I know, and that's the silly part. It's like, you know that droid's gonna cause me a lot of trouble, and C-3PO is like, yeah, could have fucking told you that from word go. So, does the uncle, first of all, whose uncle is he? Like, who is he related to of Luke's, yeah, but like of Luke's parents? Whose brother is this?
I want to say it's his mom's.
I do really want the floating car, though. I'll admit that. Like, it needs washing, but like, I want the car.
Stepbrother. He's Anakin's stepbrother.
Huh. Okay. So does the uncle know? Look, it's creepy space opera. Does the stepbrother then know that Anakin is Darth Vader? That he's a fucking...
I believe so. Yeah, he knows.
Lunatic. Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine just sitting there, you're having your normal little farm life or whatever, and just knowing that your stepbrother's fucking evil dictator of the universe. Like, I mean, if you have to meet him for some reason, is it like a 50-50 of whether or not he's going to just blow you out of the water and be like, hey, my brother. Sand people, another creative name. Oh, oops. His ass kicked.
It's making pig noises.
It is. Yes. It kind of looks like in Saw when the guy wears the pig mask. Yeah. There's a lot of crossover stuff happening here.
R2 trying
We're
to get
living on a desert planet. Luke doesn't wear a lot of desert planet appropriate clothing. He has no facial coverings, no head coverings, nothing to cover his hands or any of that.
There's your wizard. But he wears the right color.
Yeah. So we've got Gandalf the Red coming to scare off the space hobbit trashmen and rescue
it wasn't the space hobbit. They were just
secondary space hobbits. Space orc. And yeah, that's Space Gandalf.
Yep.
Luke looks like a damsel in distress, passed out on the ground, like he should just like have a hand thrown over his forehead.
I mean, he kind of is.
And he does have the hair for it, so. Get up, boy! Space Gandalf is talking to you. Jundland wastes.
Why are you here? This robot.
Little droid is looking for you, my dude. Oh, you've scared Space Gandalf with the name Obi-Wan.
In a long, long time.
Long time. Gandalf's previous name.
He's not dead.
He's like, not yet.
Luke is dead as fuck.
It's like, I think I remember owning a droid.
Right?
I like how they were attacked and chased off the space orcs and then just sat around for a chat. Like, you didn't think of going home or anything.
I think we should move.
Oh, C-3PO's arm.
Oh, yeah. He tends to lose his arm a lot.
He's also covered in sand. I'm surprised they even spotted him. The only reason they did is the sun reflecting off of him.
Can you imagine getting all that sand out of his gears?
Oh my god. C-3PO is very dramatic, and he's just like, you might as well leave me here, I'm done for. It's like, C-3PO, you're not gonna bleed out. Just get the fuck up.
Can you imagine having to tell someone about their parent and then like, I can't tell you anything more.
Honestly, if I look 100%, like in a fictional universe, okay, let's go 20 years in the future. For some reason, you've become an evil dictator ruling part of the universe, and for some stupid reason I'm not there and I've decided to sequester myself onto stupid desert planet, and I run into your child that for some reason has been living with his step uncle or whatever, and this kid comes to me asking me like a little hinty questions here and there. I would tell him everything, zero hesitations. I'd be like, yes, let me in great detail tell you who she is. Also, Obi-Wan just fucking handed Luke a lightsaber. No warnings, no training, no, this could cut your fucking head off. Just here, play with the fancy molten light stick and see what happens.
Like, this glowy thing belonged to your dad. How did my dad die? Yes, a young Jedi named Darth Vader. No.
Like, this is so much bullshit. He's like, how did my dad... lava. Like, how did my dad die? It's like, oh, well, he was defeated by Darth Vader. Like, it's two separate fucking people. No. Again, if I am in this situation, I am going to look your child dead in the eye and be like, your mother went fucking crazy, and now she controls capitalism. It will be like from beginning to end, because I swear to God, we will not live in the book universe with the Chosen One trope where the kid learns weird pieces of information that he should have known in book 1 in book 7.
It's true.
No, my dear, you're like, hey, you served my father in the Clone Wars. Actually, it's the other way around, where your dad was his Padawan instead.
Listen,
I think
she was not raised by Vader.
Yeah.
She was also sent away. She was also sent away and raised as the princess of a general.
They're twins? Are they fraternal twins? Yeah. And then Obi-Wan is just like, oh, I might have to do something. I live in my hobbit house. Oh, my little wizard's trove. I don't want to go anywhere.
Obi-Wan's like, you brought this shit to me, you're coming with me.
Yeah. Like, he's like, Luke, she needs your help. And it's just like, you're tempting him with a pretty girl who is his sister. Stop it.
He probably knows, like, I'm sure, like, he knows who they are. He's just like...
This is like watching a battle against American capitalism. And he's just like, Luke's like, I don't like it, I hate it. And he's just like, yeah, I feel that, but I guess when your dad's Bezos in this instance, like, is Darth Vader space Bezos? Huh. I don't like that. I don't like it. I like Darth Vader better, probably. So, like, he's not space Bezos.
Okay. Look at that unfortunate haircut.
That haircut. Okay. Yeah, it's like a bowl cut, but worse. It's higher and at an angle.
The mutton chops aren't that better either.
Yeah. Look at the patriarchy in this room. Not a single fucking... Why did that man just sit in what is clearly Darth Vader's chair? He sat in the tallest, most pointiest chair, and now Darth Vader has to stand or choose to sit in one of these smaller, less important chairs. I'm sorry, but, like, domineering evil empire etiquette dictates you, even if that is originally your seat. When Darth Vader's in the fucking room, you give him your seat. This station's ultimate power. They have Jolly Ranchers attached to their shirts.
What?
The little, like, buttons or whatever the fuck they are, they look like square Jolly Ranchers. This man looked Darth Vader in the face and told him he has a sad religion. It's just like, do you understand this man's sad religion lets him choke you without touching you?
Like, listen.
Is Vader doing what this other man says? I'm sorry, but did I miss the part where Vader wasn't supreme overlord of the capitalism empire?
There's someone pulling his strings.
I will admit I didn't know that.
It's not him, but there's someone pulling his strings.
I assumed it wasn't the old white guy. Sand people ride single file to hide their numbers and yet ride around in giant, humongous space dump trucks. Like, they're trying to hide who they are. That thing's like 6 stories tall. Why would Luke wait? He's like, just realized that the people who destroyed the space hobbits could follow him home. And he's just like, I gotta go. And Obi-Wan's just like, wait. And they're like, why? Get your ass in the fucking car and let's go. Uh-oh. Luke's home's been squished. Well, Uncle Owen has such a normal name. And then you got Aunt Beru.
Beru. Well, nothing's keeping him on Tatooine anymore. He can go to Alderaan with Obi.
Well, his aunt and uncle are dead.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Real dead. Guess you can go to the academy now, Luke.
Now that Obi-Wan's in the picture, there is no academy. His academy is going to be a planet called Dagobah.
Oh, they went from cockroach helmets to trilobite helmets. What kind of fucking mind probe torture device is that? Also, that looks like a special kind of hell to get tortured by your own father.
Yeah. And not knowing it's your dad, not knowing it's your daughter.
True. I know what kind of revelation Vader had later when he realized, like, well, shit. Who wins Terrible Dad of the Year award?
Vader. C-3PO just burning the Jabba bodies.
And Obi-Wan just doesn't even have to question what happened. It's just like he just knew.
I want to become a Jedi like my father.
He's like, well, a Jedi. Maybe not so much like your father. Hopefully. Might have made this more interesting if he had been, though.
Granted, Anakin was probably the best Jedi of his time.
Mm-hmm.
You will never find a more wretched hide of scum and villainy.
Space dinosaurs! Little copies!
And we have the Scum and Villainy Cantina here in Hollywood.
Yeah, fun.
It's a cute nerd bar.
Oh, that's cute.
It looks like the cantina kind of sort of on the inside.
Yeah.
And they host like trivia nights and whatever. It's fun.
Well, that's cool. Obi-Wan just going around as they're in this little space car holding onto his hood as it flaps in the wind.
The Jedi mind tricks are happening. These are not the droids
you're looking for. Was he doing it on all of them or just the one? Because those guys around him must have been like, the fuck is happening right now?
Probably all of them, because they're very easily influenced. They're cannon fodder. They're not meant to think.
It was literally another R2-D2, but with a very faint amount of red paint.
They're all different models.
Hmm.
You have R5s, R3s. Most of the best pilots will be found in the shittiest places on the planet.
And for some reason, that's true across all movie universes. The best people with very specific skill sets are in the worst places you could look. That was a werewolf in the background. And that's a Yeti. And the werewolf's getting it on with a vulture. Not a single one of the prosthetic faces that we just saw move. At all.
No.
That dude leaning against the bar is acting like this is his fucking movie.
We don't serve droids. Interesting.
We don't serve droids. Well, I'm pretty sure droids don't eat or drink. So yes, you are correct.
I'm sure they could be served like oil or whatever.
That was somebody in like a 70s version of like a NASA costume. What's the drink of choice here? Water? Because you're on a desert planet?
I'm guessing it's blue milk.
Ugh. Just thinking about getting milk from a bar. Ugh. Actually, one that looks this shitty.
Luke did say that. Oh, Mark Hamill said that when they had to try the blue milk thing, it was like he had to spit it back out.
Ew.
Sir, is your ass onto your face? Oh, there he goes.
And they just threw Luke. And Obi-Wan is decapitating people, chopping off limbs.
Everyone, mind your business.
Just mind your business. Just mind your fucking business.
And so now you have Ben walking towards you with a giant Wookiee.
In the lore of the Star Wars universe, at this point, there are like no Jedis. There are not very many, or there are lots of them. There's not very many.
No.
Because they died during the Clone Wars. Is that correct? There was a lot when Anakin was a Jedi, right?
Yes, and then he trained them, and then he slaughtered them all.
Okay.
The rest of them, I don't remember. I have to watch the Clone Wars.
Wasn't it Neil deGrasse Tyson who disproved this famous sentence about the Millennium Falcon, where it's like, it made the Kessler run in 12 parsecs, and he's like, that is not the correct measurement for that. Like, that is parsecs is not a measurement of time.
Well, it's fiction.
Parsecs is not, though. Apparently, that's a real thing. And Neil deGrasse Tyson is like, that is not a unit of time. It's a unit of distance. So you're like, it made the Kessler run in 12 miles. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense as a statement.
The young going, I can do it myself. No, child, you can't.
Obi-Wan's like, look, I could pay you 2,000 now and 15 when we get to the planet. And Han Solo's like, I told you 10 because it was fucking outrageous, and you raised me 7? I'm like, what?
Incentive.
I don't even know what currency they're talking about.
What happened to Luke?
He's just all gone. And Obi-Wan's like, you're gonna have to fucking sell your car, man. Sorry.
He's like, I don't care about my speeder. I'm not coming back to this stupid ass planet.
Oh, a pufferfish.
He did speak in the Dangly language, but we have lyrics.
Yeah.
Lyrics.
A pufferfish is holding up Han Solo, who doesn't seem to care. It's like the pufferfish supreme overlord has no time for smugglers.
Overlord, it's his boss.
Yes, and he's telling him, Han Solo, the minion is telling Han Solo, the supreme pufferfish overlord has no time for his bullshit. And Han Solo pulls out a stupid-looking gun, to be honest. It still has gears.
It has gears?
It did. It had gears on the side. It's like, sorry about the mess of the dead guy. Here's a piece of paper.
Resistance to the mind probe.
To the mind probe. I wonder if it's because her father was an exemplary Jedi and might have mind resistance capabilities.
The Force is strong with this one.
Oh. Okay, I will admit it's really fucking stupid that they never gave Leia a lightsaber. Almost forgot the word for lightsaber. They should have just given her a lightsaber. Given her a lightsaber and an hour, and she would have taken care of her bullshit. Everybody's bullshit.
She gets one as General Ortega.
Oh, that's cool.
The sassy robots.
Sassy robots. So is this like, is R2-D2's language like a written language? Like when they do these little beepity beep noises, are they actually doing it in an R2-D2 language, or are they just making beepity beep noises and calling it a language? Like, are they Vulcan and Klingoning this, or are they just beepity beeping and saying it's a language? Oh, look, it's a slug!
I don't know. That's Jabba. That's Overlord.
It's a naked slug!
That's Jabba, yeah.
It's a very naked slug.
He's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the horrible CGI, because it's been redone. He's gonna walk over him.
You can tell he's not quite looking at the right spot.
Oh, yeah. Watch. See the...
He stepped on him. Good God. Why would he even have him walk behind him in the first place?
I don't know. I would not want to walk behind Jabba. I mean, walk in front of Jabba.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Jabba where, like, I'm being perceived.
Oh. Wait till you see the scene where...
Jabba, you're a wonderful human being? What? No. Is he aware of the concept of aliens? He's not even a good slug. He's a worse slug. Somebody throw some salt on this bastard.
I wonder why no one's tried that.
You better hope that if we ever get sucked into a fictional universe, it's not this one. We won't make it off of this fucking planet. I'll walk into the first place and say, can somebody give me a jar of salt?
Why? I need it for one of my machines.
Yes, it runs on salt.
C-3PO being polite, hello, and Han just going, no.
No, Han's just like, everybody fucking get on board.
It's like, Han just got it fucking fixed, and now it's being shot at again.
Well, and like, there's like 7 clones shooting, and they all missed. Like, one of them, the ship is in front of you and slightly to the left. One of them turns fully to the right and starts shooting towards a wall. It's just like, really? I must admit, in the world of space exploration, I would feel safer on the Enterprise.
But which the Millennium Falcon is just so pretty.
But no. But so many people are probably going to be like me. Are you aware that every couple of seasons and movies, the Enterprise blows up? And I would be like, yes. But I also don't feel like the Enterprise is going to fall apart breaking orbit.
But she never does. The Falcon never does. Fly through a star.
Luke's over there just pointing at shit and asking questions and over there messing with shit. And Han Solo, she just like, fucking stop, kid. I'm trying to save our damn lives. Go be somebody else's pain in the ass. So the Death Star's floating above Earth. Cool.
Not Earth. Alderaan.
Looks like Earth. It's Earth. Look at all those Jolly Ranchers.
I knew there was something rotting. I could smell something rotting when I was brought on board. It was you!
Like, Vader's standing there, and, like, this dude touches her, like, Leia's face and everything like that. And I'm like, I wonder how much of a different reaction it would be if he'd known that that was his daughter and some weird, creepy old dude's over there touching all over her face. It's like, would the man still have a hand? Since she's not giving up information, he's going to destroy Alderaan.
Yeah. I don't want to! They're on Dantooine, not Tatooine! Dantooine,
okay.
Rebel friends.
This man blows up a fucking planet just because he was, slightly irritated?
Yeah. It's like, hi, I just watched my entire planet get blown up. And here's Obi-Wan's going, I don't feel so good.
Just like, to be fair, one, he's like, millions of people cried out in terror all at once. To be fair, it'd probably be a couple billion. And also, the explosion in which it happened is so unscientifically accurate. It's a little amazing. And also, the Death Star looks an awful lot like a Borg ship.
It does look like a Borg ship. Kind of.
And are R2-D2 and Chewie playing space hungry hippos?
Essentially.
Fun.
Yeah, that's why I love them. Don't whine about it.
So this is the entirety of Luke's training. Just not hitting a ball. Like, this little ball is going back and forth and he's just... He's not even taking a swing at it. He's just standing there.
As he gets zapped. Did you see the screen split?
Like, it's weird to me that some people, once faced with a Jedi, don't believe in the Force. Like, you watch the dude with the glowy stick, you watch the man who can change people's minds and then levitate shit, and you're like, that's not real. Just be like, I'm pretty sure if an angel of God came down with his fluffy little wings and told me the Lord was real, I'd be like, you are correct, sir.
You are proof.
Yes, I do see that. Okay.
Here, let's make it better. Put a helmet on. Don't look at it. Just feel it.
Just feel it. Yeah, love that advice.
I felt something.
Like it almost kind of worked, maybe.
Almost kind of maybe.
It's weird to me that Vader's just in a secondary position. I always assumed he was the big bad of the evilness. But he's just fucking standing there.
He is. He is the big bad. I don't want to give too much away.
I mean, yeah, like, you don't have to say anything, because, I mean, even if we don't find out in this movie, we'll probably, eventually watch the other ones. See, the stars wiggled. You see that? They're wiggling. The stars don't fucking wiggle. But, like, I thought I knew the major plot points of Star Wars. I'm just a little surprised I didn't, which is a little funny, considering I've not seen most of them.
I mean, one space plot, you know them all.
Han Solo's trying to be like, what happened to the planet? And Obi-Wan, unfazed, is like, yeah, no, it's gone. Like, I knew that already. It's like, great, were you going to inform the rest of us of your little understanding of the space juju?
No. It's gonna let you think that, it went bye-bye. Oh, there's an X-Wing. Sorry, not X-Wing. TIE Fighter.
They're like, it's heading for that small moon over there.
And Obi-Wan's like, that's not a moon.
It's like, it's a space station. It's too big to be a space station. No, it's fucking not. And Han Solo's like, fuck, yeah, you might be right. Shit.
And now they can't go back because they were already caught in the gravitational pull or whatever. Tractor beam, I'm sorry.
What a tractor beam. Obi-Wan's like, you're not gonna win, but...
You won't win.
There's some alternatives.
Like what?
Like your little quarter-sized ship against the fucking moon. Opening the magnetic field. That's a lot of damn firepower.
It is. It's a lot of firepower.
The little itty-bitty droids that run around. It's just so cute.
Every time we go to Disneyland now, we've been trying to see if we can find the little... Well, not find, but see the little baby droids that just walk around Batu now.
Aww. And Darth Vader's like, let's not kill my kid just yet. She might be useful at some point. Don't worry, my other kid has showed up, by the way.
It's gonna be a family reunion!
Woo!
Did you find any droids? Was I supposed to? He's like, I feel something.
It's like, I'm not sure what it is, but...
It is not unfamiliar to me. Are you sure? There's nobody here?
It's like they're in the floors.
Every compartment! No? Well, that's on you.
Han Solo is wearing navy pants. Like, Navy-issue military pants.
Yes.
So in this universe, again, leading to the idea that perhaps the planet Earth is not the best thing in the world, I'm noticing that the Empire is run a vast majority by humanity. And, there's a lot of alien species here and there, and yet it's humanity that seems to be in charge of the evilness.
Yep. And
I'm not really surprised.
Considering that everyone in the rebellion is every kind of species.
Yeah. Yeah.
Color me unsurprised. Angry Wookiee!
Angry Wookiee!
You're being so loud!
It's like, everybody shut the fuck up as I say it very loudly. Now, R2-D2 is doing some 1977 version of hacking.
Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. Again, R2. The only useful and smartest creature in this universe. In my opinion.
Apparently, damn.
Luke's like, I want to go with you to the danger, and Han's like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like, you've had half a day's training, my dude. Sit the fuck down.
It's not even training, it's a warm-up.
Yeah, it was just like, how to swing a stick 101. You want to talk about making a lot of noise? That damn sheet metal door slamming around. Now they're bickering like an old married couple.
Everyone bickers with Han Solo.
Han Solo's like, what do you mean there's a fucking princess here? Is she a princess if her planet doesn't exist anymore?
By
Just saying.
it's a legit question, actually. She becomes a general in her own right of the rebellion. Does that?
Not sure that's the quite princess level, but you know.
She drops the princess and becomes a general later. So how's that?
Yeah, that's a pretty good character transformation, to be fair.
Right? Her mother was a queen. She is a princess.
And Han Solo is just kind of like, I don't really fucking care that my future wife is in prison. It's whatever.
But she's rich.
And Luke is just like, she's rich, right? But she's not really any of those things anymore because any money that she had was blown up with her planet. Just
not Misty, just ruining everyone's hopes.
Just like, her political power gone because she doesn't have a planet and their military backing her. Her funding is gone because she doesn't have a planet and their monetary backing anymore.
Fair. Master Luke. I love how C-3PO is just so Alfred.
Chill. Yeah, he's like Space Alfred. And he's just putting up with all of the Space Bruce Wayne's bullshit.
Probably going, Sir, Master, have you eaten breakfast yet?
No, you've slaughtered some people instead. Lovely, lovely, Master. Okay. Let's move on.
This will take weeks to get out of the sheets. Nothing to see here, just some stormtroopers hanging out with
Did you see the BDSM droid?
Yes, I did. Okay. He's not your favorite?
No, not good. Oh, there goes the trilobites again. Just thinking about how many, costumes for the clones they had to make. Mass produce, basically.
Oh, for the stormtroopers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, now Obi-Wan and Darth Vader are playing the world's worst game of hide and seek. Oh, now Han and Luke have arrived at the space trilobites tunnel office.
Tunnel office. It's like we weren't
notified of a prison transfer.
Look at how they can't aim.
That was 20 shots that have been fired, and they hit one thing that they meant to hit. Luke is over there literally go, pew, pew, like it's a game of laser. Did nobody put Mark Hamill, a gun in Mark Hamill's hand and tell him what, this is how you shoot one?
No.
And yet, for some reason, with all of the wild shooting, the hitting of 1,000 different things that were not their target, the control panels still work.
Don't you love how that works out? Everything just went to shit except for the things you need. Han going, the station's fine, we're good. How are you?
Worst lie I've ever seen. It is the worst lie I've ever seen. It's no, we're fine. Weapons malfunction. Oh no, reactor leak, and I'm just gonna blow you up. Sorry.
We're gonna send a team down there. Nope, shit, nope.
Well, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? And she's just like, you probably should have led with the fact that you're here with Obi-Wan. Let's fucking go. He does say, I am Luke Skywalker. That's supposed to mean jack shit to her.
I'm here to rescue you. What? Who?
Sorry, farm boy. It's a little weird to me that Jediism is a religion and considered a religion,
because you have it's more a way of life type thing, because you have the Jedis and you have the Sith.
Yeah, but it's
two cults.
They couldn't. Yeah, two different cults. It's a cult war.
It's a cult, but they believe in the same thing. They both function off the Force. The Force is their main thing, but they have different ideals of it. Pew pew, we're gonna go down this hole that we made.
I like how Han Solo, rather than just carefully stepping back and stepping into the trash chute, steps fully out into the hallway, fires some shots, gets shot at a couple of times, and then full
dives.
body leaps down into it
Dives
in the worst
first.
way
Yep.
possible.
Because that's where I want to end up the trash chute.
Yeah.
How?
It's like, it could be worse. And then you said that, and then it got worse. They're like, there's something alive. And it's like, no, that's your imagination. Like, no, there's a weird, creepy worm thing.
Are we surprised? Not at all.
That'd be really gross to walk around in. Yeah.
Oh,
what CGI bullshit was that?
Yeah, it's got to stink down there.
Oh, it really does. However, I mean, like, is it too bad considering their trash is all foam? It's entirely foam. There's nothing in there that's not foam. The metal is foam. Like, the pipes are foam.
There's a tentacle around Luke's neck.
Yeah, and the kid's more or less drowning while being choked to death. And, like, this took a weird turn into hentai, but that I wasn't expecting.
Hentai? Nope, can't find Luke.
Yeah, nobody tried very hard to save him with the exception of fucking Han. Leia's just over there with a foam pipe in her hands, not doing anything with it, and Chewie's just knocking on the door.
It just let go of me and disappeared. I'd be fucking, like, puking right now with all that gas liquid in my lungs.
Yep. And now they're going to get squished to death.
Yeah, y'all trying to push trash against the walls is not going to help.
Because literally the design of a trash chute is to do what you are trying to prevent.
To squish. Oh, look at that foam thing in the middle.
I know. Like, C-3PO, let's fucking go.
No, we don't know where 3PO is.
Oh, they pretended to lock themselves up. That's cute. It's like, that madman.
You stand guard. Will do, sir. Will do.
C-3PO's, I wasn't planning for a person to be here. They're
all
like,
this racket has made this... Yeah, all this racket has caused some damage in his wiring. I'm gonna take him to the maintenance, see how he's doing.
He's a little distressed. He's a little distressed, like a Victorian era woman, and he needs some time by the sea.
Useless. On with the jokes. At least we'll all be thin.
Yeah.
They need you to find them, C-3PO.
Just like C-3PO, yeah, no, you need to find them. Also, why are you just not using the communicator you have in your fucking hand?
We have some problems. I have bigger problems.
Like, shut down the garbage. Shut it down. Shut the fucking garbage down. Thank you. Like, right now. We are actively getting crushed to death. Thank you very much. Even if it is just by foam.
C-3PO is the Victorian woman.
He is a Victorian woman. Yes, he is. I like how nobody just fucking notices Obi-Wan walking around. He's passed by people in hallway after hallway after hallway.
I mean, what do you expect with people that can't fucking shoot? They can't see either.
That's true. They're like, you know what? It's not my business. Also, who designed this bullshit hallway with, like, a platform and then a bunch of things you have to access with no walkway on it whatsoever?
Clearly, these stupid white men.
Honestly. It's like, Space Gandalf, please be more aware of your surroundings. Thank you.
Yes, let's make loud noises while we're on the run.
Like, Leia's just like, look, you absolute giant hunk of stupid man meat. Please do as anyone else tells you at any point or exercise common sense. Thank you so much.
Listen to you. It's like, listen to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's another drill. All right.
Like, Obi-Wan, if he just accidentally shifts his weight too far back, will fall to his death.
See, this is how he's been getting around the ship. He's just been mind-fucking everybody.
Uh-huh. That would be kind of fun, though. It's like, you do not see me. You see a giant purple elephant, and it's running in the other direction.
Then you look to your friend. Did you see that giant elephant?
Yes, man. Yes, I did.
He's got courage. He's stupid.
Yeah, and he's running at them like a wild maniac. And he runs into a room of like 100 of them. It's like, not that crazy. It's like, run away, run away.
Idiot.
It's just like, this one's missing the platform part of it.
Come on, Indiana Jones, do your leap of faith thing. Find the controls. I think I blew it up. Oopsie.
I think I just kind of ruined that. Sorry. Is that the Indiana Jones music playing in the background? Okay, what is he now? Space MacGyver?
Space
Luke.
MacGyver.
He's got the hair. Yeah, see, he's Space MacGyver now. Also, oh god, okay, incest is already happening.
They also, don't know!
Also, the clones literally all had to do when it, like, the door first opened up was just lay on the floor and shoot out the ankles and they would have fallen to their deaths. But they didn't do that. They waited until it was enough that they could crawl through it. And that just tells me why there's a reason they're in the low levels and not in a position of any kind of power.
Like I said.
I think if I was to join, like, the Empire and all that, I would be promoted through the ranks simply for the use of common sense.
Probably.
Space Gandalf knew something was going to happen, so he put on his hood.
He found Vader.
And he's holding his lightsaber like a flashlight.
Not wrong.
Been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet at last.
Do you hear the other king speaking?
Yeah. Despite the fact that Obi-Wan thinks Darth Vader is pure evil, and he's murdered so many people, Obi-Wan does respect his new name. Because if this was me, and I'd been like, yeah, no, Anakin, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not calling you by your weird title, you absolute rat bastard. But no, Obi-Wan, to the very end, like, respects his name choices. So, like, good for Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan is OG. We like him.
Also, Obi-Wan's lightsaber is a lot thinner than Vader's.
The handle or the
No, the light part of it, especially like when they're standing there holding them like face off, like you can tell how much thinner it is, especially at the tip area. It's kind of weird.
I mean, CGI.
True. Imagine how awkward that. I wonder if they gave them like fake sticks so they know what to hit with. You know, like they weren't just like so because like if you go in like to smack into each other and make sure the other one doesn't like. His arm doesn't move too far in one direction, so you'd almost have to. These are terrible CGI.
Oh, what was it? It was when they were filming episodes 1, 2, and 3. You have Ewan McGregor, you have Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn and Samuel L. Jackson as his character. Mm-hmm. And they're like, when it's time to practice like these lightsaber fights, they're like all into it. And then you have Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen just going pew 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 pew, making their own sound effects. I was like, please stop with the sound effects.
It's just like we have our own. Oh yeah,
he's like pew pew.
What was that, Ani? What was that death scene? Like, I'm sorry, Obi-Wan Kenobi just fucking vanished. Like, he doesn't even burn the cloak. The cloak is fine, but Obi-Wan Kenobi just fucking disintegrates, despite the fact that the lightsaber has been proven to cut off limbs, not from head to toe. Like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good, evaporate people. Like, what was that? But yet his just his cloak is fine. Just the cloak. Also, how does Luke get a lightsaber if he didn't take Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber?
Oh, Obi-Wan gave him his dad's lightsaber. Remember?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh. That's what he was practicing with.
Oh, I thought he was practicing with Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
No, with his dad's lightsaber.
So then where the fuck did Vader get like a second one? He was just like, you know what? No, this one's not metal enough for me. I need a red one.
Oh, it's when he became Vader. He got his own. He got
a second one. Okay. It would have been much cooler if he'd have just kept both and dual wielded, but whatever.
Oh no, that's Darth Maul.
I was actually aware of that. Not that that's exactly who it was, but I knew there was one.
He's not necessarily dual wielding. His lightsaber is dual ended.
Yeah, like it's got the two ends, and he holds like the center of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've escaped. Obi-Wan's dead. The incest has already happened, at least for this so far. Now they're playing Space Invaders on their computers.
You don't want to play Space Invaders too?
Not for my life. I'm not that good at Space Invaders that I'd want to do it for my life.
Fair. Very valid.
I don't think they understand how explosions work in space.
Explosions?
Yeah. Also, they understand there's no sound in space, right? So, like, if something explodes, you don't hear it.
Yes, but space is a vacuum. There is no sound.
Oh, look, he's doing really well at Space Invaders.
Kaboom.
I will admit, it would be a lot of fun to just blow things out of space like that. That would be fun.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray!
Leia, you didn't do shit, girl. You sat in a chair. I'm sorry.
But we did it! So there's a beacon, a tracing beacon in that ship. Great.
Honestly, it just really should have been kind of obvious. Like, why would they just leave the ship, like, unmicrochipped?
They just let you go. Like, don't you think it's a little too easy?
Why does Han Solo keep calling Leia sisters? Like, yeah, she's a sister to somebody on this ship, my dude, but it ain't you. So if she was, you guys already have the incest part down.
You and the incest, man.
Look, I don't like it. I'm not here for it. And I don't enjoy it in my pop culture. I think it's a weird plot device that people should not indulge in.
Sweet home Alabama.
No. That stuff can stay in Alabama.
It really can. I don't need... No.
That weird, awkward moment when a guy you just met and the guy you just met who happens to be your brother are both attracted to you.
It's like one of those whisper moments. That awkward moment when...
Yeah. Look, Earth version 3.
Version 3. Where are we now?
California. Nope, Mexico. Now you're in Mexico. So the rebel forces are the ones with the cockroaches helmets?
I mean, not necessarily, because they also had them on the Death Star. I think it's just the helmet.
Just what a construction helmet looks like with these guys. We're planning to orbit Mars so we can get to other Earth in version 3. The rebel base is in Mexico, by the looks of it. Han's just kind of standing there on the side being like, why am I
still here? It's like, I want to leave.
Now, there's one of those movies, one of the new ones, that's about this attack, right? Is that right? Where they, like, there's one that's about all of the fighters that go to the Death Star, is that right? One of the newer ones?
Rogue One? Because Rogue One
yes.
Rogue One is the one where they blow up Alderaan. Like, Rogue One happens, and then, like, okay, in chronology, like, Rogue One happens, they blow up the thing, and then you start, like, A New Hope.
Okay, so that one takes place, it's not here, then, where it's supposed to, like, take place. Okay. I knew there was, like, the only thing I know about that movie is they're wearing, like, at some point, these outfits, these orange outfits.
That's the fighter outfits.
Okay. And I'm just like, that's all I know about that one, and I don't recognize anything else about it. I'm just like, does that for this? No.
Okay. And Rogue One happens, and then A New Hope starts. Yes, this is A New Hope.
So that Rogue One takes place before this movie, then. It's supposed to.
The ending of Rogue One is the beginning of this. Because at the ending of Rogue One, they blow up the planet.
Yeah. So it's episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then Rogue One, and then this movie. Yeah, okay.
I think it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3 Solo, then Rogue One, then 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Han's just like, look, kid, I did not sign up to be a part of a fucking rebellion.
I'm just a transport smuggler, dude. Like, I smuggle shit for money.
It's like, may the force be with you, Luke, because you're gonna fucking need it.
And Chewie's like, but Han, they need help. And Han's like, no.
It's like, you want to go get yourself blown out of the sky? Because I don't. So she didn't shower or change her clothes, but she did put on eyeshadow.
Magic.
Another kiss. That's so fun. So fun. And incestuous.
Push pilot?
A bush pilot. Yeah, he pilots bushes. Are your bushes not flight capable, Ani, out there in California?
You know,
No,
I wasn't aware.
Gotta work on that.
Okay.
You should try. Go get in a bush.
So to go on a bush and try and sit on it without getting brambles everywhere and attack some.
Please do it when Aaron's there. I just want just FaceTime me, please, and then just hand the phone to Aaron, and then go try to sit in a bush.
You're gonna be like, the fuck is going on?
Up, bush, up.
Up.
I just want to see Aaron's face. It's like, oh, she's really lost it. Okay. All right, so they're loading everybody up into the fighter jets, which my favorite thing in the world is that they have turbines on them, and yet they go in space where there's no fucking wind.
Dead Obi-Wan is speaking to Luke.
Woo! Luke! The rebellion against capitalism begins! I was just like, hey, what do you do when the force can, of the enemy could just kind of sort of blow up planets?
You just kind of go with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Look at R2 on the ship, just so ready to cause chaos.
R2 should just be given his own ship, and I think if you would have given Leia a lightsaber at this point in her life and given R2-D2 a ship, between the two of them, they would have conquered the galaxy.
Probably. Red leader, gold leader, blue leader. Like, can you imagine, this is, there's, a city grid on the outside of this Death Star?
Absolutely not. I can't imagine thinking I need to fly to the moon and try and stop the moon from, attacking Earth. What? How the hell would you do that?
I got a little cooked. They're so small, they're avoiding our turbo lasers. Because that's reassuring.
Oh, yeah. I also really enjoy how they're in space, but they're not wearing, masks for air. Yeah, no, you don't need any. Would you not want to wear it just in case, part of your, there's a crack in the glass or something like that, and you get ejected into space so you won't instantly die? Because I think I'd wear mine.
Trust you.
Luke, isn't it a little strange and a little worrisome that you are hallucinating the words of a dead man you knew for 48 hours? Oh, look! Business casual space evil. Lovely. Gotta love the space button up that hides all the buttons. Was that supposed to be Vader? Was that supposed to be Vader? It was an all-black mask.
No. Vader, I believe, is still inside.
Oh, yep, there he is. He's marching around with his cape like Severus Snape.
Wouldn't you if you had a big-ass cape like that?
Oh, Ani, if I had a fucking big-ass cape, I would walk for miles just so it flappy-flappied in the wind.
I know. So would I.
Mm-hmm. At one point in our lives, we need dramatic billowing capes and dramatic billowing dresses, and we need to wear them separately for separate outfits, because the cape has to come with a badass. You got to be wearing some nice boots with good heels on them, so they click on the floor. But then you also need a really flowy, super flowy
ball
gown
dress,
to wear.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's also loose enough that you can run through with it, and both are required for walking dramatically around a castle.
Yes.
So that has to be in our life plan at some point, because if it's not, I don't know what the fuck we're doing with our lives. So
I will try.
So are there just random people living on this Death Star? Because you were pointing out, there's city grids and shit, and all of those things that are going by are buildings and things like that. Is there a population of a planet on this little Death Star?
I really don't know.
Are we just assuming that the clone troopers and stuff like that are just the military force of this death planet, basically, and there are people living on it?
We're going to have to ask Aaron, because Aaron knows the lore better.
Like, are there families of clone troopers? See, like that. Okay, that one was Vader, though. That's Vader.
Yes. Oh, we lost one.
Oh, one down. Stay on target. Stay on
target.
Yeah, they fucking came from behind and blew you out of the sky because you're going in a straight line. And you're wondering why they can lock onto target. You didn't even go up or down. You are in space. You are in a 4-dimensional fight, my dude. Go up or down.
Evasive maneuvers. You should know about evasive maneuvers. Come on.
It's like, great, you're down to like 5 ships versus a planet.
Yeah, that isn't always mathing when it comes to the rebellion and the Empire, but it somehow works.
This is the most anticlimactic fight of just watching zoom, 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 zoom. Oh my god, just fucking fire. Lord.
And, well, there you go. They actually did it.
Well, congratulations. You were smart enough to hit the actual ship.
You hit the target! Yay!
Nobody's fucking hitting the target.
I just lost my engine. That can't be good.
Just like, are y'all gonna do something besides fly in circles? 1 minute in closing to Rebel Base.
It's cutting it pretty close.
A little, just a bit. They're gonna spend that time bitching at each other at this rate.
Like, yeah, you go in, we'll cover you. If you die, sorry.
It's fine. Everyone else has at this point too, so you know. I just love how the little defense mechanisms are shooting up and down and left and right and hitting absolutely everything except for one of the fighter planes.
It's kind of how this entire universe works.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's fucking hit.
They're like, let him go. That one's useless.
That one's mine.
Also, why did you wait to dip down? Like, why did you dip down into this little crack in the ship this soon when you could have flown where you had a more maneuverable space above it and gotten closer where you actually need to hit and then duck down instead of risking the lives of the other people that were there as cannon fodder?
People don't know what common sense is.
Apparently. That must have been what the Force is. Like, that was the common sense in the world. May the common sense be with you.
Yes. You either have it or you don't. And many of these don't. Again, with a disembodied dead voice.
Yeah. I love that. I love that he's just like, maybe I should just, instead of focusing on the instruments and aiming correctly, I should just, wing it. It's not like I'm the only hope of a planet full of rebel forces or anything like that.
Ah! We hit R2!
Oh, R2 screaming.
You may
fire on the rebel base when ready. Luke, you gotta quit wiggling back and forth so much, though. You are gonna strike the sides of one of these damn things.
Like, first you tell him to wiggle around, then you tell him to not. Like, come on.
Look, you can wiggle up or down, but not left and right when the walls are fucking right there. Han Solo came back. I'm sorry, but how did he shoot a laser that curved?
Downward? I think it got stuck into something.
Yeah, it's fucking curved. I watched it curve, and I don't like that. That's not physics.
Oh, the Death Star is gone.
Yeah, I love the fact that it has a little vent that just has a self-destruct button and blows everything up. Because that's... Honestly, though, if we're going under the assumption that this, empire is American capitalism, I believe it. I believe that there's a little vent that just self-destructs everything. So is Luke, the only survivor? Oh, he's one of 5. Great. Great. How many forces did they go up there with?
I knew you'd give back. Yes, let's not forget that we have blown up R2.
Aw, poor R2.
Don't worry, he doesn't die. C-3 was like, I will donate my gear.
R2 is dying, and C-3PO is beside himself. But no, the humans are just kind of gonna go drink, I guess, or whatever it is that they did as they wandered off. Luke is wearing as close to a Star Trek jacket I have ever seen.
A yellow bomber jacket.
Oh, look, she does have ears. Man, imagine how disappointed you'd be to go to an alternate universe where like Star Wars and everything like that exists and you have to wear a uniform and your fucking helmet looks like a cockroach. I like how she wears essentially fantasy Renaissance garb, but they were literally just on spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Space Romeo and Juliet, part 2. Part 1 was their parents.
The parents are part 1. This is, Romeo and Juliet is happening between Han and Leia.
No medal for Chewie? The fuck? Where's Chewie's medal?
R2's
Where's
alive,
R2's medal? This is human elitist bullshit. Where's Chewie's medal and R2's medal and C-3PO's medal? Every fucking person up there risked their lives, and yet the 2 human males are the ones who get medals. Fuck that. Fuck this racism and sexism in the last 5 seconds of this movie. The fuck? I spent an entire movie watching a bunch of aliens and a whole bunch of other shit, and literally 2 women in the entire 2 hours and 6 minutes of this movie. And I have to deal with racism just right at the end, racism and sexism right at the end. Really? Where's R2-D2's medal? At the very least, he got wounded in action. Where's R2-D2's Purple Heart? Huh?
I was waiting for you to say the Purple Heart.
They can afford to give Luke and Han a gold medal, an Olympic-style gold medal, but Chewie doesn't get jack shit, and R2-D2 doesn't even bother to get, like, a fucking Purple Heart. The fuck? R2-D2 is the MVP. He's really the only reason these motherfuckers are alive. And no, R2-D2, oh, I'm sorry, you want something? Oh, you think you deserve to fuck you? What the hell? This movie is American capitalism, and I don't like it. I don't like the American capitalism aspects of this movie. It is not okay. No.
Does that mean we get to watch episodes 5 and 6 for the rest of May?
We have the rest of May recorded already.
Oh, yeah.
But for June, yes. I hope you guys just enjoyed all of that commentary, because I'm aware there was a lot. I had a lot of things to say. This is the very first time I've ever seen the entirety of this movie. I mean, over the years, in the way that everybody does, I've seen little bits and pieces, like, it's on the internet, it's in GIFs, it's in, like, like, it's just there. It's just on the internet. So, but this is the first time I've actually seen the entirety of it. There are some things I didn't know. I didn't realize, like, Darth Vader wasn't supreme evil overlord of
Again,
the
he
Empire.
He is, but someone else is pulling his strings.
But, like, the scarecrow-looking white dude had the big chair. So, like, there's clearly at least a similar power level between the two of them, because he was telling Vader, like, I'm trusting you on this, and, like, this is a risk and all that. And it's just like, you don't tell that to somebody who is your supreme overlord.
Vader is basically the same thing with Kylo Ren. They're the, how do I put it? Not necessarily the marionettes.
Allow me to give you the worst possible example of they're the Jeff Bezos, but not the president of the Empire. Yeah.
They're the mascot. They're the they're the face of the big bad. They're the face of the big bad, but they are the big bad. But someone else is telling them, chess piece to E5.
I have vague ideas of who I think that is, but we'll leave my terrible theories on the world of Star Wars.
I'm pretty sure you met them in Space NASCAR, episode 1.
Space NASCAR. Did I? Was there anything in that movie that just wasn't NASCAR? Maybe.
It was Congress.
Congress?
It was part of Congress.
Congress, like the governing body of Congress.
Basically their version of Congress. Yeah.
I don't like how accurate these movies are, Ani. I don't like it. I don't care for that.
I know. I know.
There are two on the like. This movie was made in 1977, and it was predicting the future, The Simpsons style, and I don't like it. The thing I like about Star Trek is that it gives me hope for what the future will look like. That we are not out there at war with one another. We're out there for peaceful exploration and cultural understandings and knowledge and all the fun little scientific learning little thingies.
No.
But in all honesty, if we developed true space travel today, our universe would be the Star Wars universe. We would be at war or a supreme overlord of the world, of the universe, and that's just how it would be.
Yes.
I like the idea that we wait a while until there's peace on our planet first, and then we go out there, because then Star Trek is more possible. And I don't like the universe where we develop space travel and go out there now. Now, if aliens would like to come and just get me and maybe like a couple other people, that's fine. But humanity at this current stage in its iteration does not need intergalactic communication, because we will fuck up anybody else's planets. And I do genuinely believe, perhaps, that aliens know that. They know that.
Probably.
They looked at our planet and went, wow, no. And then just kind of left it alone. For anybody who's never looked up, like, Space Australia or Space Orcs or Humans Are the Death World Planet, please do so, because it has a lot of validity.
It does, and it's hilarious.
It is.
And so accurate.
I do enjoy the idea that humanity is like the Death Worlders, because it just makes a lot of sense, and it's more amusing than like humanity is the weakest species in the known galaxy, which I always find boring. But that's the way most of these sci-fi movies always approach it. You know, that humanity is the weak average species, and like you've got the Vulcans who are like super strong, and you got the Klingons who are like fighting and like all this, and they're like, or there's everybody else has like cool superpowers like mind reading and shit like that, and we're just like, humanity, like, no, give me the fucking Death Worlder versions of humanity. I like that better.
Humanity.
Yeah, I should get that on a sticker. Humanity.
Only if it's like, if you could scan it, you could just hear the humanity. So that'd be fun.
just make a sticker. This is humanity with a little QR code, and it just brings us to this exact timestamp on the episode. Humanity.
I ain't complaining.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's not even the worst movie I've seen on this podcast, because there's a couple of those. But I mean, obviously the CGI needs some work. The physics needs some work too. The explosions, the curving laser shots, just, you know, like, yeah. Also, maybe just turning up the probability of the clone troopers or anybody else actually hitting anything would be great, because apparently aiming's not really a thing. But, you know, I will say I'm, like, slowly learning some stuff, like trying to remove the years of false information from the internet with actual Star Wars universe lore. So there is that. Like, there's so much of it, though. Like, it's not just the movies, but there's the TV shows and books and like all that. I mean,
I haven't read the books. I'm not gonna touch the books. There's way too much going on there.
Like, I mean, Star Trek is the same way, though, to be fair. Like, there's the TV shows, and there's the movies, and then there's the books. And, like, I've seen most of the TV shows. There's only one I haven't seen. Well, two. Because I haven't seen Deep Space Nine, which I do still want to watch. But I haven't seen the original Star Trek either. But, like, I don't.
I never finished the original Star Trek. I have seen
it's a little hard to, it's a little hard to watch, to be fair. Like, just because of how old it is more than anything. But Deep Space Nine, I think, is the only one that I want to watch that I haven't seen. Like, I've seen Discovery. I haven't seen
Discovery.
I've seen parts of Strange New World. My mom's seen all of it. She really likes the guy who plays Pike. So, Captain Pike. She thinks he looks really good. There's a lot of lore and stuff like that. I've delved a bit into the books in Star Trek. Not a lot, but some. Mm-hmm. I've delved further into Star Trek fan fiction, to be fair.
Surprised whatsoever.
Not at all surprised. There's a really good Star Trek Full Metal Alchemist crossover where Edward Elric is like their engineer.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. So that's really cool. Yeah, I think he's the engineer, and it's been a really long time since I looked at that, but I think he's in the engineering department for the whatever ship that they're on. But it was a really interesting concept of a crossover, and I'm like, that's actually really cool.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, but I think it helps that I've just been watching Star Trek since I was little, so it's not overwhelming, and I've absorbed most of the I've seen all the movies, most of the TV shows. The only areas I'm not 100% on are the books, and which there are a lot of, and one or two of the series. That's about it, but they're not core to the lore of Star Trek,
Yeah.
Star Wars, we didn't watch. We didn't watch Star Wars at all. So I recall one of them coming out. The first episode 1. I recall episode 1 coming out. And just the way movie theaters were sold out for days and days.
And you're just I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't care. I had never seen them. And I'm just okay, and my mom is not a Star Wars person. She's never seen them either. I don't even think Keith had seen them.
Oh.
And so I'm just I don't think because he was also a Star Trek person. So, and I'm just I don't think any of them had seen them. So my parents at the time were just been they're not going to take me to see Star Wars, but there was no interest in it either. There was no talk about it. It was a big movie at the time, but it was just okay, and so it just it wasn't a big deal. So it's interesting to see it at the age of 31 for the first time. And it is an improvement to Space NASCAR and Space Romeo and Juliet. I will say that. I have no desire to rewatch Space NASCAR. Not really.
I haven't seen any of the episodes 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. Probably since they came out.
Yeah.
So I have very limited memory of those. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, I don't. Which one is that in?
He's in the second one, so you didn't meet him in Space NASCAR. He was in Romeo and Juliet, but
I don't really remember.
Do you remember the weird thing with the big ears?
I know
aquatic thing.
I am aware of what it is too, and I'm just I don't. I honestly just think I blocked out Space Romeo and Juliet pretty hard because that was a bad movie. Yeah. So I just was not into that. So I can see why people say the originals are better because they have plot that makes sense. And, well, kind of. A little bit of sense. Some sense.
A little bit of sense.
Still better than Space Romeo and Juliet. Space Romeo and Juliet and Space NASCAR do not make sense for the purposes in which they were created. But whatever. It's not a bad movie. The physics needs some work. The CGI is I can't knock it too hard just because it was made 1977.
Yeah.
Jesus. The little too on the nose with how society exists today could afford to not have all that. I do still think they should have just given R2-D2 a lightsaber and just let it go. Just that would have done. R2-D2 might become the new overlord of the universe, mind you.
But he'd be a fair overlord.
I don't even think I'd agree with that. Judging by the shit C-3PO says back.
I take that back.
I think R2-D2 would be an overlord and a dictator. But I think it would be more interesting than American capitalism in space. So,
Fair.
but you know, I am surprised there's more lore, or at least more to the Empire part of it, where like Darth Vader, there's other people. Like I knew there were like other big bad evil people in Star Wars, but I really just kind of assumed it was more of like a very strict hierarchy system, and not like there were people who could vie for power with Vader, and the vibe which is the vibe I'm getting here with the weird council.
That is explained in 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. And I didn't care enough to pay attention.
I know.
To the point of remembering it. That was quite a few years ago, though, to be fair. Like, I watched...
Because 1, 2, and 1 came out in...
Yeah, and, like, I didn't watch it then. I watched it, like, when I moved to Florida. Like, I watched that, like, 7, 8 years ago or something like that? Like, shit. That's been a while. So, like, it's not in my memory at all, and I did not care to try and retain it. So, but it's an interesting enough movie that if we watch the second and third one, I'll be fine with that. At least there are references I did hear that I didn't realize were Star Wars references.
Like what?
So, Red Leader.
Okay.
I think was one of them. I didn't know that was a Star Wars reference. I knew it was a reference, but it never really occurred to me to think about where it was from. I kind of thought it was from a video game or something. And like there was a couple other little things that I'd heard before, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was from Star Wars. But you know, like it is kind of interesting to like connect those pop cultural dots, I suppose. So
yeah,
I'm curious to see what the next ones will be like, and kind of round out that knowledge and information base. Now I have officially seen the weirdest collection of Star Wars movies humanly possible. I've seen the first one in all 3 sets.
You have. You really have.
Just like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I've seen the first one in all 3 sets.
You've seen episode 4, you've seen episode 7.
Yes. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And yeah, so if we make it through all of episode 5. Oh god, I hate the way that's ordered. Like, like let's release episode 4 first. And I fucking hate that. Jesus Christ. So we will watch all of episode 5. I will have officially seen more of the original ones than I have of anything else. At the moment, it's with the ones in the middle. I've seen all of episode 1 and half of episode 2. So, yeah, that's where we're standing so far. So, and I still think, in terms of hours, I still think I've seen more of the Clone Wars TV show. The animated.
Probably.
So, I don't know. But again, that was even longer ago. That was when, like, it was first coming out, too. On whatever channel it was on, Disney or something like that. So like that was, you know, like that was quite a while ago. I don't remember much of that either, but I do remember thinking I liked the concept of Anakin more than I liked the concept of Luke. And I still think that holds true. But
Anakin is definitely a more
quality
character.
Of episodes. Yeah, well, you do have to take into the poor quality of character of episodes 1 and 2. Because
the writing was very bad.
Yes. So, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, whatever this was. Please
there will be more.
Do not roast me too hard as I have roasted this movie. And understand that I have never seen it, but you do come to this show for the roasting that happens. We are a roast. We're a roast podcast.
We are basically a not nice podcast.
We're honestly, we're a little judgy.
We're honest. We're very honest. Judgy.
We're very judgy, but we're honest. Like, we're not cruel and we're not mean to, like, unnecessarily.
No.
So we're just gonna be honest. Like, if it seems like it's kind of, you know, that's kind of stupid, it's kind of stupid. So, or if it's a little sus, that's because it's a little sus. We're not out to ruin anybody's good time. We're not out to ruin anybody's enjoyment of any of the movies. We're just here to, like, look, for the same reason we started this podcast, to watch Twilight, because look, yes, Ani and I both deeply enjoyed those books when we were teenagers.
Not now.
We loved them, and now we get to make fun of them, and it's also fun. And it's not because, like, there was, like that we didn't enjoy them as teenagers. It's just that, like, look, people can enjoy them, and there are still people who enjoy Twilight, and that's perfectly fine.
I question your sanity, but
don't date an Edward Cullen is just my only real point. Especially after the post I saw today about the fact that Edward Cullen might have gotten his mother's engagement ring because he dug up her body.
Yes,
go find that out.
To pick up the world's ugliest ring.
The worst ring. The worst ring known to humanity. Like, holy shit, that's an ugly ring. But, like, you know, we're not here to ruin anybody's good time of it. You love Star Wars or you love Twilight or whatever, more power to you. But, like, if you come on here, you have to be, like, in that mindset of, like, I love it. Nothing's going to change my love of it. Now let's listen to people react to it.
And bitch about it, yeah.
And be a little bitchy, a little salty, and a little judgy. So, but, you know, we're just here to have some fun, and we're very glad you guys joined us on this wild Star Wars ride. I do hope you guys enjoyed watching a Trekkie get pulled into the Star Wars universe and just experiencing all of that, just all of the whatever I just saw, because I think, unfortunately for me, it's going to happen again, and pretty soon I won't be able to say I've never seen the Star Wars movies. So, but, you know, it is connecting some pop culture dots that I didn't think it was going to connect. So there is that.
You learn something new every day.
I know, especially with this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I learned by watching Velocipaster that you really just don't need much of a budget to make a weird-ass movie. So, you know, you learn something new all the time.
But you know Velocipaster had a bigger budget than Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was
$25,000.
Yeah, that makes sense, though, because Thanksgiving might be the worst movie we've watched on this podcast.
I consider it worse than Velocipaster.
Oh, by far. By far. And that's really saying Velocipaster is stupid beyond all belief. But there's a plot. And, like, ish. There's a plot-ish. They tried. They tried with Thanksgiving.
There is no plot.
That was a fucking train wreck. That was a train wreck that caught on fire. That was just, that was a bad movie. And I think both of them have sequels. So
technically, Thanksgiving doesn't have a 2, it has a 3.
Yeah.
Velocipaster has a 2.
And isn't, like, in the lore of the world of Thanksgiving that the 2 was supposed to be set in space or something like that?
I think so.
Something really stupid. Velocipaster, I think, is coming out with the 2 if it hasn't already.
Oh, God.
And so is Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yes, the Blood and Honey one we're going to have to watch.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to line that up for next Halloween. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this and my introduction to the Star Wars universe. And Ani certainly seemed to enjoy my weird ass commentary.
Oh, I got a kick out of this. I've been waiting for this for so long.
And to be fair, we've put it off quite a bit.
Yes, we have.
We did consider doing the May the 4th thing with watching one of the Star Wars movies last year, but it didn't dawn on us that it was happening until like a week before, and we did not have time to record it last year, so we are doing it this year. It's something, guys. It's something. So we hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you so much for listening. Please stop by our Instagram at the Sorry Not Sorry Generation for more bonus content. And we will see you guys next time.
May the 4th be with you.
Live long and prosper.
God damn it. Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.